Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. R. Perumal, Professor of Chemical Engineering, Erodu Sengundhan Engineering College. Today we will discuss about the design of an absorption tower. So consider a process in which a gas mixer enters into the tower where a solvent is added. The product is liquid mixer solvent plus solute and lean gas. So this process is called as absorption. Therefore, in an absorption process, a component from a gas mixer is separated by means of adding suitable solvents. The product is the solvent plus solute, that is the liquid mixer, and the lean gas which contains inert gas leaves the tower as a top product. Therefore, absorption can be defined as the process. It is a chemical or physical phenomena in which the molecules, atoms and ions of the substance getting absorbed enters into the bulk phase of the material in which it is taken up. Absorption is the condition in which something gets mixed or absorbed completely in another substances. So the diffusion of particles of gas or liquid into solid materials. So what is the comparison between absorption and stripping? So absorption is a phenomenon by which a gas mixer is separated. A component from a gas mixer is separated. The product obtained is a liquid mixer. Whereas in stripping, the liquid mixer is separate. The component from a liquid mixer is separated. It is a reverse to the absorption process. In absorption process, the mass transfer is taking place from gas phase to liquid phase, whereas in stripping, the mass transfer is taking place liquid to vapor phase. So what are the characteristics of solvent? The main features of selection of solvent depends upon the volatility, solubility, viscosity and other miscellaneous characteristics. So the volatility, the solvent selected for absorption process should be a less volatile one. If it is more volatile component, it will easily evaporate and the separation will not be effective. If we suppose we use more volatile components, means the product obtained will be a gas phase, then we have to go for another second phase absorption process. The solubility, it plays a vital role in determining the efficiency of the absorption operation. The solvent selection must be suitable for dissolving all the solutes present in the gas mixer. Therefore, depending upon the solute nature, the solvent has to be selected. Then viscosity influences the absorption rate, pressure drop and fluiding characteristics. And other characteristics are the solvent should be non-toxic, it should not poison the process. So design of an absorption column, these are the general considerations. Gas absorption is a mass transfer operation in which one or more species are removed from a gaseous stream by dissolution in a liquid. In this operation, the gas mixer is contact with the liquid for the preferential dissolving of one or more constituent of the gas and provide a solution of this in the liquid. The direction of transfer of mass from gas phase to liquid phase. The reverse of this process is known as stripping. The solubility of gas into liquid decreases with the temperature almost as the rule. The next, these are the equipments which is used for absorption. Absorption can be carried out in three different types of equipments: packed column, plate column and a Venturi scrubber. So packed column means it is a long tower. It consists of a packing material. The Rasig rings or Paul rings, ceramic rings, like that packing materials are dumped into the column through which the mass transfer will take place. So plate column consists of a number of plates arranged in a structured manner in a standard configuration. The comparison of packed bed and a tray tower. Depending upon the column diameter, the packed column is very effective. If the column diameter is less than 1 meter, this column is economical. The plate column is economical if the column diameter is less than 1 meter. Then maintenance. If periodic cleaning is required, the packing are to be removed, which is very difficult. Whereas in plate column, manholes may be provided between the trays and easy cleaning can be done easily. Then weight of the internals. When ceramic or metal packing are used, the total weight of the tower will be more. The weight of the internal plate column is less than the packed column. Therefore, packed plate column is preferential. Side stem insertion or withdrawal. It is impossible to have a side stem insertion, whereas in plate column we can have a side stem insertion. Then flow rate. Packed column are not suitable for very low flow rate. Plate columns are suitable for low flow rates. The efficiency of the column. There is an uncertainty in calculating the efficiency in packed column. In plate column, efficiency could not be found more accurately. The next, this is the typical picture for packed bed absorption tower. It contains a liquid distributor. At the top of the tower, we have a demister pad, then liquid distributor, packed bed supported on a grid, and a liquid reed distributor. Again we have a packed bed. The gas inlet is from the bottom, liquid inlet is at the top. So the design of a packed bed tower contains determination of tower diameter and determination of height of the packing. So for packed bed absorption, tower diameter is determined based on its fluiding velocity. So what do you mean by fluiding velocity? The fluiding velocity is the velocity at which the entire tower occupies the liquid. The liquid phase occupies the entire tower. Therefore, the passage of gas through the liquid is possible only by means of bubbling. Therefore, the pressure drop inside the packed bed is very high. So this condition is called flooding. So at the time of flooding, one of two conditions may occur. Liquid phase may occupy the entire cross section of the tower. Continuous rise of liquid phase in the column. The change in pressure is very high with only a slight change in the gas rate. The phase inversion occurs as gas bubbles through liquid. Pressure drop rises rapidly as phase inversion occurs. The operating velocity. The normal operating velocity for a packed tower is usually 60 to 70% of the fluiding velocity. And also the recommended pressure drop for this packed bed is 15 to 50 millimeter of water per meter of packing height. So these are the normal fluiding velocity and pressure drop which has to be taken for the calculation of packed bed cross sectional area. So determine the following factor to find the diameter of the tower. We have to find out the flow factor and pressure drop correlation. So the flow factor can be calculated by Fe equal to Lw divided by Vw into square root of rho V by rho L. So using this formula we can calculate the flow factor Fw. Then using the generalized pressure drop correlation we can find out the value for K. Using this graph you find the flow factor FLV. For the corresponding flow factor and the pressure drop we have to assume the pressure drop in between 15 to 50 millimeter water per square meter of column packing. From this graph we can find out the value for K. Then we have to choose the packing type of the packing and the size of the packing. diameter of the packing. From this table we can choose the packing factor. So after choosing the packing factor Fp and K value, we can substitute the value in this formula and we can calculate the velocity Vw. Then using this velocity, cross sectional area can be calculated as gas flow rate divided by gas mass velocity. So cross sectional area of the tower is the ratio between gas flow rate and gas mass velocity. From this cross sectional area we can calculate the diameter of the tower. Cross sectional area equal to pi d squared by 4. Therefore d can be calculated using this formula. The next, determination of height of the tower. The height of the tower for absorption duty can be calculated by using one of the following equation. Z equal to HTOG into NTOG, or Z equal to HTOL and NTOL. If the overall heat transfer coefficient is controlled by gas phase operation, we can calculate the height using the HTOG into NTOG. Here the convert mole fraction to these are the step by step operation to calculate the NTOG. First we have to convert the mole fraction into mole ratio. Then using the material balance, we can calculate Y1 and Y2, X1 and X2. Then operating LOP we can calculate. So finding the value of X1 by using the material balance equation, we have to draw the equilibrium graph, XY graph. From the XY graph we can calculate the equilibrium relation group, find out the Y corresponding to X1. The number of transfer unit is calculated from the equation NTOG equal to Y1 minus Y2 divided by Y1 minus YE1 star minus Y2 minus YE star into ln of Y2 minus YE1 star divided by Y2 minus YE2 star. Here the YE1 and YE2 can be calculated from the graph. From the material balance we can calculate the XY data, or otherwise the equilibrium data will be given in the problem. Using the equilibrium data we have to construct the XY graph, that is equilibrium graph. So from the graph we have to find the value for YE1 and YE2 for the corresponding X1 and X2. Then height of transfer unit is given by HTOG equal to Hg plus M into G by L HL. So here HL is given by 0.305. Using this formula we can calculate the Hg. Here Hg equal to height of gas phase transfer unit, HL equal to height of a liquid phase transfer unit in meter, SC is the gas Smith number, SCL is the liquid Smith number, DC is the column diameter, Z is the column height, Ks is the percentage fluid in correlation error factor, phi is the Hc factor for figure. Then LW is the liquid mass flow rate, F1 is the liquid viscosity correction factor, F2 is the liquid density correction factor, F3 is the surface tension correction factor. Then height of the tower is given by Z equal to HTOG into NTOG. Thank you.